What's up, y'all? Out here at the range still, as you can see behind me. Done a lot of jelly testing out here. Had some really interesting results out of some of them that y'all probably already seen. So hopefully this one will be just as good. As you can see by the title on this one, we're going back to the 45 ACP. 45 ACP is usually a mixed bag. Sometimes it's absolutely fantastic results, sometimes not so great, but I think we can all agree at the end of the day, anything that comes at the wrong end of a 45 ACP is going to have a bad day. So what we got happening out here today, obviously it got the contraption out here with the chrono, got 2 blocks of gel. Now this block here is what we're working with. I've got a 10mm test that's already done in this one. If y'all hadn't seen that, make sure you go check that out. I'll leave a link up above for that, but I still have plenty of room over here for this one and hopefully one more, but we'll see how it goes. But what we're working with today is the Norma Monolithic hollow points, the 175 grain solid copper expanders. These Norma Monolithic hollow points, they make them in several different calibers. I've tried out the 380s. I've got a bunch of 9 I hadn't personally done a video on yet, but there's a lot of them out there. You get really mixed results from these monolithics from what I've seen. Either they expand fantastic just like the box shows you, or sometimes they'll tumble around backwards and then they don't expand real symmetrical, just really uneven. So it's a mixed bag out of these things, but we're gonna give it the opportunity to show us what it can do out of a couple of different tools here. So we got the good old Rock Island 5-inch full size 1911 here, 5-inch barrel on that one. Y'all seen me do a lot of tests with this one. And then we're breaking out the old Colt compact again for this one too, the Colt M1991A1. This has got the 3.5-inch barrel, so it's the compact model, so should be a really good measure of how good these monolithics do out of a short barrel and a full size one. But I'm definitely interested to see what's going to go on here with these monolithics, so let me get y'all set up and we'll get started. All right, y'all, let's get our speeds and see exactly what we're working with out here today. I'm going to do a 3-round average out of both of the different barrel lengths. We're going to start out with the 3.5-inch Colt and see what they rolling. So here we go. .903, 914, and 916, so pretty consistent right there. Let's check that average out. All right, so the 3-round average out of the 3.5-inch Colt is 911 feet per second, so not too shabby out of a 3.5-inch barrel. Let me get this reset and let's check out the 5-inch. All right, let's see what we get out of the 5-inch Rock Island, y'all. 3 rounds on these also. .978, 990, and 977, so pretty consistent on that also. Let's check that average out. All right, so the 3-round average out of the 5-inch Rock Island was 981 feet per second, and if you remember out of the 3.5-inch Colt, it was 911, so you're talking about 70 feet per second faster from the 5-inch barrel, so that extra 1.5 inches gave you 70 more feet per second. So let's see what that equals out to in the gel. Let me get this reset, and y'all know what time it is. All right, y'all, it's John Browning jelly time. We're gonna start out with the 3.5-inch Colt here and see what it can do. I've got pretty good expectations on this one. I might be proven wrong. I've been wrong a lot of times today, so we'll see what happens, y'all. Hopefully I can put it far enough over to the right where I can get another test out of this. Here we go. All right, I have no idea where that even went. I can't see. Let me go down there and check it out, see what happened. All right, good clean hit. It didn't get into the other track until the very end, where it already stopped. So that's a perfectly valid test. But that's a perfect example of the mixed bag I was talking about out of these monolithics. Y'all can probably already see down there, it tumbled around backwards, so it didn't expand fully. But we'll take a look at it here in a second. Let's see if this 5-inch barrel can solve that problem. All right. I don't know where that one went either. I can't see good down here. I think it went right to the left of that other one. Let me go down there and check that out. All right, y'all, let's check out what we got here. I brought y'all around to the other side so you can see better. Both of these rounds performed almost exactly the same. As you can see, this bottom one is a 10mm test, but the next one up above, that was the first one. That was the 3.5-inch barrel. The one on the very top, that's the 5-inch barrel. Now, it's behind that other one. It's not inside that other one, so neither one of those tracks are crossing each other. So they're all independent, very valid tests there. But as you can see, come in, nice wound channels. I'm assuming right in here is where both of them tumbled around backwards and then kept going backwards from there and landed right out here, almost the exact same spot. As you can see, just a tiny little bit of expansion, and both of them are completely sitting backwards. Now, they got some nice wound channels, of course, because like I talked about at the beginning, 45 ACP is 45 ACP. It's going to do what 45 ACP does. So definitely would do the job, but for an expensive round like this, these are very, very expensive rounds, these monolithic hollow points, and to get such an iffy mixed performance out of these things, I see this a lot, not just tests that I've done, but other tests that I've watched. These things tumble around quite a bit, about half the time or more I've seen they tumble around backwards, which completely defeats the purpose of those rounds. As far as penetration on them, they both went out to 11.25 inches. So both of them sitting exactly at 11.25 inches of penetration. Give y'all a little bit of an overhead kind of view here so you can see that both of them, as you can see, they're totally independent wound channels. Then at the end, that bottom one is the 10. The next one, like I say, that was the first one, that was the 3.5, and the top one was the 5. So both of them, or all of them, completely independent wound channels. Then at the end, they turned around. I'm assuming in there, like I say, the biggest part of the wound channel is probably where they flipped around and then landed down there at the bottom. So nothing interfered with them at all. I know a lot of people always ask, well, didn't such and such interfere? No, there was no interference there whatsoever. Like I say, I've seen this a lot out of these monolithics. They're very iffy on the performance. All right, y'all, let's take a look at the projectiles. So we got the 5-inch on the right, the 3.5-inch barrel on the left. So obvious difference in them. Like, there's definitely a difference without a doubt, but you can see how much they expanded, not nearly what they're designed to do. But that being said, I would definitely not call these bad rounds at all. Just very inconsistent and underperforming as far as what they're supposed to do, both of them for sure. Like I say, that one's the 3.5, that one's a 5, so notably more expansion out of that 5. If these things didn't destabilize once they hit that gel, they would be opened up perfectly. Now, that may not be a bad thing that they do destabilize and turn around backwards, because it's still a big old hunk of a projectile, and I'm imagining you're getting more penetration when it's turned around and it's going backwards for sure. So it would be even less penetration, I would say, if they stayed stabilized forward and opened up even more. Now, I don't imagine there was any kind of material loss on these, but let's check them out and make sure. 175.6 on that one, and this one here 175.2. So yeah, both of them retained all their weight. I didn't figure they'd lose anything. As far as size on them, the one out of the 3.5-inch barrel, 0.665 and 0.648. So not bad at all on that. The one out of the 5-inch, 0.796 and 0.798. So like I say, even though it didn't fully expand, you got a huge projectile right there going in there, doing a lot of damage for sure. And again, being that it tumbled around backwards, it probably got more penetration than it would have if it fully expanded. So maybe not a bad thing, but like I say, either way though, very inconsistent out of these rounds. All right, y'all, there's another 45 test in the books. The results on this one wasn't what I was hoping for, but it's kind of what I expected, to be honest, because like I said, on these monolithic hollow points, I've seen mixed results. Sometimes they stay forward and they do absolutely perfect, and then a lot of other times they do just what you saw here, tumbled around backwards, still expand some, but they tumble around backwards so you don't get the full expansion off of them. I've personally seen this now with the 380 and the 45. I'll leave the link to the 380 one if y'all hadn't seen that up above, but did almost exactly the same thing. They went in, expanded a little, and then turned around backwards. Now, of course, the difference with the 380 and the 45 ACP is this 45 ACP is still going to be absolutely devastating, because even though it didn't fully expand, it's still larger with partial expansion than the 380 even started by almost double or double. So I don't know if you can excuse it for that, because it's still not doing what it was designed to do and not really what you're paying for it to do. Now, like I said, I can't call these bad rounds. I just personally wouldn't go out and spend the money that you have to spend to get these, knowing that you could get an expanding lead hollow point or even FMJ or something like that way cheaper, and you'd still get similar performance. Maybe not FMJ, but you're gonna get a lot more penetration, and 45 ball is gonna do the job. We ain't even gonna debate that. 100% it will. But you know my point. I would just rather go out and get like a lead expanding hollow point before I paid so much more for these. But y'all let me know down in the comments what y'all's thoughts are on these. Do you use these monolithic hollow points? Do you think they're worth paying that kind of extra money for, or would you rather just use something else? If you did enjoy the video, as always, make sure you reach down and hit that thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification icon so you can get notified when I upload these new videos. I really appreciate that. Check out my Amazon storefront affiliate link down in the description. Like I always ask you, if you shop through Amazon anyway, hit that link up first, go straight through Amazon from there like normal. Don't cost you any extra money, and anything you buy anywhere on Amazon site after going through that link first, I get a kickback from them towards the channel, so I really appreciate that. Appreciate all my Range Gang members, like I always tell y'all, who reach down and hit that join button. That helps out the channel, and I really do thank y'all for that. Huge thanks as always to every single one of y'all out there who watches my channel, my videos, who thumbs up, subscribes, and like I said again, leave me some comments down below. Let me know what you think about this test. The weather's going downhill fast out here, as y'all can probably tell. It's getting the sun's going down. It's getting really chilly with this wind, but I'm gonna try to squeeze one more test in out here. I think I got time, and I definitely got a little bit of room left in the gel. Y'all know that gel gets no rest when I'm out here. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for a whole lot more coming. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see y'all soon.